The ultimate guide to Gari. Welcome to Oz Escapes, your ultimate guide to Australia's greatest journeys. In this video, we're exploring Gari, formerly known as Fraser Island, the world's largest sand island and one of the country's most extraordinary travel experiences. Rising from the Coral Sea just off Queensland's southern coast, Gari may be the world's largest sand island, but it's also an ancient and living landscape that has been evolving for over 750,000 years. Stretching over 120 kilometers from north to south and spanning more than 1,600 square kilometers, Gari is the only place on Earth where towering rainforests grow from sand, freshwater lakes shine with clarity, and 4WD tracks crisscross golden beaches, rugged dunes, and deep inland forests. But beyond the scenery lies deep cultural significance. The Butchulla people, the traditional owners and indigenous custodians of this land, have called Gari home for millennia. The name, Gari, means paradise, and once you step foot here, it's easy to understand why. In this guide, we'll take you on the ultimate journey through Gari, from its iconic lakes and beaches to hidden gems, 4WD adventures and unforgettable stays. Whether you're planning a weekend getaway or a week-long expedition, this is your complete 2025 travel guide to Gari. Your journey begins in Hervey Bay or Rainbow Beach, two mainland departure points with barge access to the island. From Hervey Bay, the ferry takes you to Kingfisher Bay on Gari's tranquil western shore. From Rainbow Beach, it's a short drive to Inskip Point, where a 10-minute barge crossing lands you directly onto 75 Mile Beach. Only high-clearance 4WD vehicles are permitted on the island, and visitors need a National Parks vehicle permit and pre-booked accommodation or campsites. 4WD visitors should carry recovery gear, check tide charts, and travel with at least one other vehicle if venturing into remote areas. One of the first must-see locations is Lake McKenzie, or Burringura, arguably Gari's most iconic spot. This perched lake sits 100 meters above sea level, containing only rainwater filtered by the pure silica sand that surrounds it. That same sand gives the lake its hypnotic turquoise and sapphire colors, and its powdery shoreline is so fine you can polish jewelry with it. Swimming in Lake McKenzie is surreal. The water is so clear and pure, it feels more like a vast natural swimming pool than a lake. There are picnic areas nearby, and early mornings or late afternoons are best for peaceful visits. A hidden gem for those seeking serenity, Lake Birrabeen lies further south. Similar in look and feel to Lake McKenzie, it offers crystal clear water and powdery sand but with far fewer crowds. Nearby, Lake Boomanjin stands apart with its tea-stained waters, which offers a striking contrast to the island's clear lakes. Just east of Mackenzie lies Central Station, once the hub of a 1920s logging village. Today, it's a peaceful rainforest retreat, where elevated boardwalks wind through towering satinay and brush box trees. Here, Wanggoolba Creek flows almost silently over white sand, so clear it looks invisible. This area is culturally significant to the Butchulla, who believe it to be a women's birthing place. Interpretive signs along the boardwalk share both environmental and cultural stories, offering a moment of stillness in an otherwise adventurous trip. Continuing inland, you'll reach Lake Wabby, a sacred site and Gari's deepest lake at 12 meters. Unlike Lake McKenzie, this is a barrage lake formed where sand meets a natural spring. This is a fragile and shifting landscape. It's nestled beside Hammerston Sandblow, a vast expanse of golden dunes that creep eastward year after year, gradually swallowing the forest. You can hike to Lake Wabby from the beach via a 4.5 kilometers return track, moderate in difficulty but highly rewarding. You can explore this route via the Kagari Great Walk, or on guided hiking tours that wind through the island's diverse landscapes and cultural sites. One highlight is the pinnacles, where cliffs of multicolored sand have formed over thousands of years as oxidized minerals settled into 72 distinct layers. Once you reach the east coast, it's time to hit the famous 75 Mile Beach, a wide, uninterrupted stretch of sand that functions as Gari's main highway. Driving here is unlike anywhere else in the world. The beach acts as both a road and a runway, with light aircraft occasionally landing beside the surf and 4WDs cruising past on their way to campsites, fishing spots, and natural wonders. The scenery along the beach constantly changes. Tides, weather, and time of day can dramatically transform the landscape, from peaceful early morning calm to wind-swept drama by afternoon. On one side, the Pacific Ocean rolls in with power and rhythm. On the other, forested dunes and patches of rainforest rise up from the sand. One of the first landmarks you'll reach heading north is the Maheno Shipwreck, a rusted steel skeleton slowly being reclaimed by the sea. Originally built in 1905 as a luxury passenger liner, the Maheno was being towed to Japan for scrap when it was caught in a cyclone and driven ashore in 1935. Now firmly embedded in the sand, its corroded hull is a haunting and beautiful reminder of the island's wild weather and maritime past. Photographers flock here for golden hour light, and it's a must-stop location on any beach drive. Wildlife is also abundant along this stretch. The beach is one of the best places to spot Gary's famous dingoes, widely considered one of the last remaining pure dingo populations in Australia. Often seen trotting along the dunes or near freshwater creeks, these wild animals are protected by law and are an iconic part of the landscape. Next up is Eli Creek, Gary's most popular freshwater stream, pumping over 4 million litres of spring water into the ocean every hour. A boardwalk winds through pandanus and paperbarks, allowing visitors to float gently down the creek's sandy-bottomed run. Bring a floatie or just wade in, the water is cool, clear, and incredibly refreshing on a hot day. Continuing north, Indian Head marks one of the most dramatic lookout points on the island. This rocky headland, created by volcanic activity over 50 million years ago, was named by Captain Cook in 1770, but today, it's more commonly acknowledged by its butchulla significance. From the top, you'll get sweeping views of 75 Mile Beach in the Pacific, and it's a hot spot for wildlife watching. Just beyond Indian Head lie the Champagne Pools, a series of naturally formed volcanic rock pools that fill with seawater as the waves crash over their rocky edge. These tidal pools provide a safe and surreal swimming experience right beside the surf, where the bubbling water resembles a glass of sparkling champagne, hence the name. They're one of only a few places on the island where ocean swimming is safe, protected from rips and waves by the surrounding rock formations. The area is well signposted and has wooden stairs and viewing platforms, offering sweeping views of the coastline. The pools sit just above sea level, and during high tide, the wave action creates a foamy, effervescent effect that makes for incredible photos and a unique spa-like soak. On the island's western coast, don't miss Wathumba Creek, one of Gary's most beautiful and underrated locations. Known for its brilliant turquoise waters and white sand channels that weave through lush mangroves, this tidal creek transforms into a vast ocean lake at high tide. It's a breathtaking natural wonder where you can kayak or paddleboard through the mangrove system and emerge along the island's western shoreline. Timing is essential with the tides, but those who reach it are rewarded with some of the clearest water anywhere on the island. If you're looking for complete immersion in nature, venture toward the Valley of the Giants in the island's western interior. Home to giant Saturnae and Tala wood trees, some over 1,000 years old, this remote rainforest feels like stepping into an ancient, untouched world. You'll find towering trees with buttress roots larger than a person, rare fungi clinging to fallen logs, and bird calls echoing through the stillness. The air is cooler and damper, filled with the scent of moss and leaf litter, and the dense canopy filters sunlight into a dappled glow. Accessible only by high-clearance 4WD and suitable for experienced campers, this area offers no facilities but rewards with solitude and raw, prehistoric beauty. If you're visiting between July and October, Gary also becomes a front-row seat to one of Australia's greatest natural spectacles, the annual humpback whale migration. Thousands of humpbacks make their way north from Antarctica to breed and rest in the warm, sheltered waters around Hervey Bay. These waters are so calm that mother whales often linger with their calves, making it one of the best places in the world to observe whale behavior up close. You might witness breaches, tail slaps, or even a curious eye peeking above the surface. Fraser Island Boat Charters provides private catamaran hire and overnight sailing adventures from Hervey Bay, perfect for those wanting to explore the western bays, fish, snorkel, or enjoy sundowners on deck. Fraser Sea Explorer offers guided cruises and wildlife tours, ideal for spotting dolphins, turtles, and whales during migration season. For those after something faster-paced, Fraser Jet specializes in high-adrenaline jet ski safaris along the island's remote shoreline, led by experienced local guides. Whether you prefer sailing, cruising, or adventure riding, these options offer unforgettable ways to explore the waterside of Gary. These options provide an unforgettable way to explore the coastline and encounter marine life up close, from dolphins and turtles to seasonal whale sightings. Accommodation on K'gari begins on the island's western side at Kingfisher Bay, the main arrival point for visitors coming from Hervey Bay. This is where you'll find Kingfisher Bay Resort, the island's most comprehensive eco-stay and an ideal base for first-time visitors. Thoughtfully designed to blend into the natural environment, the resort features elevated boardwalks, timber architecture, and soft, earthy tones that sit gently within the surrounding bushland and coastal scrub. Nestled among paperbark trees, it offers everything from lagoon-style pools and guided bushwalks to cultural talks and fine dining. On the eastern beach, K'gari Beach Resort is the main arrival hub for visitors coming from Rainbow Beach, offering direct access to 75 Mile Beach and essential comforts. Set within the lively settlement of Eurong, it's a convenient base for travelers looking to explore the eastern side of the island without going too far off the grid. Other accommodation options are found in smaller communities further north. Happy Valley, set against a backdrop of forested dunes, is a quiet village with a general store and Orchid Beach, positioned on a more remote and rugged stretch of the coast, has a small community, beach houses, and access to prime fishing territory. And for those traveling fully self-contained, K'gari offers over 45 designated camping zones across the island, from beachside and lakeside locations to secluded bush sites, ideal for travelers looking to experience K'gari's wild, untouched side. Whether you're driving beside breaking waves on 75 Mile Beach or watching the sunrise over Lake McKenzie, every experience on K'gari feels deeply connected. K'gari is more than a destination, it stays with you long after you've gone. So pack your gear, plan your route, and get ready to explore Australia's ultimate sand island. K'gari is calling, and once you've been, you'll never look at paradise the same way again. Subscribe today and discover more with Oz Escapes.